Yeah, I mean, I'll let you take this one. It's kind of your baby.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically how we decided to make a light strip. I think we were at the manufacturer and saw a bunch of samples they had, and we're like, ooh, it'd be cool if we made a light strip.
Look how sweet that LED bar is, Bangkok. That thing is awesome.
Talking about the one on the right, by the way.
Yeah, not the lame one that's not moving.
And wanted to make sure that it was obviously in true Inovelli fashion, as customizable as possible. So we started thinking of what are the issues with the light strip that most people have. I mean, I've had them in my house, other brands. That was actually the first thing I bought. I remember being at breakfast. Breakfast was great. But I remember we had kind of talked about what are the main issues that people always have, and it's we looked up reviews, and it was like when you cut it, then you have to throw the rest away. So we thought, what's the best way to get around that? And that's when we came up with the idea to make it into 12-inch and 6-inch sections, to have multiple connectors available to be able to make it essentially exactly how you need it.
Yeah, I remember too. Our faces were just like getting brighter and brighter. Like, oh my God, we're onto something. Because it was like, not only did we solve for the cutting issue, but we were just like, man, what can we do to be better than like the competition? It was like, didn't we see like addressable LEDs the day before? Oh my gosh, whatever. And then like we just kept going and going, and things just like kept getting like, oh my gosh. And then I remember that day, like we went to the manufacturer and we're just like, all right, this is what we're doing. Like, let's do it or whatever. And I mean, it took 2 years or whatever it was, but we finally got to it. So.
Yeah.
I think some of the hurdles that we experienced with this project was, one, we were up against a very tight timeline with the tariffs. It was like our only product that didn't have a tariff on it. I think it was maybe 3% or something, but we had until January 1st to get this thing of 2021 to get this thing shipped out. And we're like, all right, we can do it. And they were like, yeah, sure, we'll get it out. And in ultimate fashion, it was like 3 days late, so we incurred a pretty heavy tariff on that. But you know, again, at the end of the day, it still was a great project to work on. It still was a lot of value. It's a really great light strip. So I mean, that's the one I can think of. Do you have any other ones?
Yeah, for me it was interesting to watch, just from, and I think I've talked about this before, but the whole process, start to beginning. I mean, literally sitting there creating it, thinking of it. I mean, obviously I've been around for a while, but light switches at Inovelli existed before I did at Inovelli, you know, with what you and Maycock were doing. It was fun to watch it from start to finish. I mean, I'd argued for that product for a long time, even when it got postponed the first time. And when we talked about postponing it again, I was like, no, we can't do it, just do it, let's get it out. And I'm very happy that it's out, and it seems like it's been a great product for the people that have bought it, so.
Yeah, features are sweet. I mean, I think everyone loves lights, and especially like colored lights. Like, I don't know, I think that was like one of the first things for me when I started home automation was like, you're just like, can I turn this on from like anywhere? And just like, and then it's on or whatever. And then, but now it's like not just on, but you got like cool animation effects, like colors, like all this stuff. And so, I mean, I've got them underneath my cabinets in the kitchen, underneath my bed, which is pretty cool. You can press a button, like over your bed just like lights up. It's pretty cool. But then in terms of features, I mean, you've got all sorts of animations which are cool that you can do. You can do warm white, cool white, all sorts of colors. Just anything that you can put your mind to. Honestly, Maycock did a great job, and our manufacturer did a great job, like working on the firmware to allow things to be infinitely customizable. Goodness gracious! So,
for me, I remember we kept arguing. We wanted this one specific light strip, but it had like 25 LEDs per foot. And we're like, that's the one we want. And then I figured out it was only RGB. So we wanted white, a cool white, warm white. Be able to have that feature, so that's why there's 24 LEDs, 8 per color, I guess at this point. But yeah, I didn't imagine 90% of what would actually go into the firmware. That's all Eric Maycock. All the effects. I mean, you know, some breathing, pulsing type things. I guess I had imagined, you know, some color flashing, but all the different things that are on there that Maycock has thought of. It's really kind of helped finish off that product, I guess.
like Circus McGurkus or whatever the heck they these weird names they came up with.
There are some extremely weird names.
Yeah.
It's like paint colors. Like, I'd love to have that job someday. Name paint colors, like name light strip effects.
Yeah. the adapters and the extension cords, all that stuff. I mean, when we were thinking about it, we're like, all right, like another big problem that they have, our light strips that are in the market, like is where you like try to bend them around like a TV or something, or like underneath the cabinets. It just won't. It doesn't bend properly. Like things just gets all weird, and so we asked the manufacturer to come up with like these right angles and T-shape adapters to connect everything together and make more proper 90-degree angles. So having that, you can do all sorts of things. Put them around your door, put them around your ceiling, under cabinets, behind TV, anything you can imagine.
So for me, some of the other features I really liked are, how it does turn white. I have them in a couple different spots around the house. I put them in my daughter's room underneath the bed, but I actually set a scene so when I use Habitat in my house, and when she goes to bed at night, we do a double tap on the switch, and it sends a command to change the light strip, and then the actual the LED bars on her switches in her room to the same color. So that was kind of a cool feature she really likes, but every day it sets it random. So every switch press, it's a random color. So some days it's red, blue, green, pink, orange, whatever. So I like that. And then I actually got this idea from visiting some other countries, but there's a lot of indirect lighting in places. So again, having that lighting under the bed, or behind my bedroom, it's behind my bed, but we use it as, to kind of gradually turn the brightness up in the room, and use kind of the light as a circadian rhythm type thing to brighten up the room without the direct brightness of a bulb staring you in the face when you wake up in the morning. So those are some of the things that I've used it for. I'm gonna other light strip under the cabinet in the kitchen, my wife's favorite. But I mean, normal places around TVs. I don't put it around the back of my TV. I actually set it above the top and then down below to kind of light up the room that way. So I would put them everywhere if I could, but I was told not to. So
yeah, for me, same thing. I mean, Nathan hit on a lot of them, but the under the cabinet ones are awesome. I mean, because you can use it for not only like the white lights for like if let's say you've got family over and you're trying to cook some dinner or something and you just want the ambience of the white or cool or warm or cool, you can do that. But then if you want to get kind of crazy, that's when you hit the animations and the rainbow aurora goes off and you're like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that's kind of what I use them for. Kids love it. They love seeing the different animations and everything. Yeah, so just want to thank everyone out there that's helped us, including all the beta testers. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but if you look inside the box, there's all the signatures on there, and we just really appreciate all the hard work, because I know it's, with all the parameters and everything that you can do, it's just very hard to test everything, and so just want to say a special thank you to those guys, and thank you to the community as well for finding bugs and enhancements that we just didn't, and improving on it, and so just big thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and again, we do appreciate everything that you guys do for us. I mean, obviously the support, but the help as well. We're doing the best we can. We think we created a pretty decent product on this first iteration, but we know you guys have given us some great thoughts and ideas for a next generation of this device as well. But as always, we'd love to see what you guys are doing with it. That's really important to us. We really like to see how the cool different ways that everyone's using the device. So drop us a note, email contact@Innovelli, connect with us on social, find us on Facebook and Instagram, tag us, show us the videos and pictures how you're using it. We'd love to see it. We'll share it. We'll post it out. We want to see how this device is being used, because this is the one that you can really kind of use to show off. So with that, I don't think I have anything else, but we appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk soon.
Peace.
Peace.